Set up.
Thanks for tuning into the Roadrunner Review, the 30-minute magazine show that features MSU Denver sports and their highlights from the past month. I'm Sean Tafoya, and joining me in the area event center is Lennox Williams. And Lennox, you've just graduated from this fine institution, and here on the show, we want to give you a big congratulations on your accomplishment.
Oh, thank you very much, Sean, and from all the guys that are from our MSBN. But I still got one more class to take, so I'll still be on campus. I'll see you guys around.
All right, well, we still have you for 2 more shows, so we're not quite ready to say goodbye just yet. So why don't you go ahead and tell the audience what we have coming up on today's show.
We have a lot to bring them from the Roadrunner sporting world. We have all the highlights from the softball postseason tournament, which include another trip to the big dance of the NCAA postseason. And we have top plays from the past month that will have you cheering from your couch. And with the softball season all wrapped up, we're bringing third-year head softball coach, Annie Van Wetzinga, on the show to talk about her team's success that have propelled the team to be one of the top teams in the conference and also in the nation.
Yeah, wow, sounds like we're spoiling our audience on the show today, and we'll continue to do that by bringing in the incomparable Celeste Zubia as she brings us all the Roadrunners news. And Celeste, how's your summer going?
Thanks, guys. My summer has been fun. It's nice getting some time away from some schoolwork. But as you guys know, I'm Celeste Zubia, and let's jump right into some Roadrunner news. First, we want to give a big congrats to Ellie Johnson and Cha-Cha Wilhoit, who competed in the NCAA Super Regional earlier this month. Wilhoit finished in a tie for 26th after shooting a +10 for the 3-day event. Johnston was incredible on day 2, finishing the day in a tie for 7th place, but an injury forced her to withdraw from the final day. It was a fantastic season for those 2 golfers and for head coach Ben Porty, who continues to put MSU Denver on the map. Now, let's see how our outdoor track and field team did at the RMAC Championship in Spearfish, South Dakota. The women's team finished 9th while the men's team placed 10th. Junior Sarah Hughes led the way for the Roadrunners, finishing 2nd overall in the triple jump. The Broomfield native jumped her way to an impressive 11.85 meters, earning an NCAA provisional qualifying time. Senior Lauren Salachi earned a spot in the finals of the 800 and the 1500 meter races. She would finish 7th in the 800 and 5th in the 1500. You can visit roadrunnersathletics.com to find out the entire results from the RMAC Championships in track and field. And one last piece of track and field news, as Sarah Hughes was named first team all-conference for her performance in the triple jump. She's the first Roadrunner jumper to ever earn all-conference honors. Great job, Sarah. Back to you guys, and I'm excited to see how that softball team performed in the postseason.
Thanks, Les. And how about Sarah Hughes doing big things at the RMAC Championships, really representing the school well?
Yeah, the Roadrunners is known for track, not necessarily field, but now they bring that field aspect, as she was placed 2nd, more part of her.
Yeah, so let's get right to it. Let's move on to that softball team that Celeste was raving about, and rightly so, after finishing the season in 2nd place in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. Colorado Mesa finishing 1st above them and hosted the entire RMAC tournament in Grand Junction. But before we get to those highlights, a few of our Roadrunners earned some awards for their performance in the regular season. Junior Kalissa Bakovic headlined the RMAC Awards after being named Co-Defensive Player of the Year. Bakovic, who is also the team's leadoff hitter, was phenomenal in center field, stealing away base hits like they were going out of style. Fellow junior Cassie Smith was named to RMAC's 2nd team after winning 10 games as a pitcher and winning RMAC Pitcher of the Week twice. Sophomore Serena Espinoza, sophomore Carissa Terry, and junior Haley Fields were named to the RMAC's honorable mention.
It was on to the semifinal against the #1 seed, Colorado Mesa. It was a 1-1 game heading into the 3rd. Cassidy Smith ripped this pitch into right center field, bringing in Liberty Nelson to give her team the lead. Then Annika Anderson with this blooper. She reaches first base before the throw. And meanwhile that's going on, Smith comes in sliding with an aggressive base running, and now it's 3-1 Roadrunners. The offense didn't stop there. Serena Espinoza goes to the gap, scoring Bakovic, who jumped for joy after putting her team up 4-1. After Anderson doubles move Espinoza to 3rd, Kristen Peters drive them both in, and the Red and Blues take down the mighty Mavericks 8-3 to move on to the championship game.
So a rematch of their first round game against the Thunderwolves would decide the RMAC Tournament Championship. Onto the third inning, and Espinoza loves tournament time. She finds the left center field wall, and Bakovic easily comes in to score. Anderson also finds the wall, putting Espinoza on third and herself on second, and Peters comes through once again. She misses the home run by just inches, but it brings home 2 runs and 3-0 Roadrunners. Smith strikes out the final batter, and the RMAC Tournament Championship belongs to MSU Denver. Espinoza, Bakovic, and Peters were named to the all-tournament team, while Smith took home the most valuable player honors.
Winning the tournament championship punched the Roadrunners' ticket to the NCAA tournament and took on the top seed in the region in West Texas A&M. The Lady Buffs jumped out of the gate. Ashley Ardeen goes yard for this 3-run blast to put her team up 4-0. Junior Brooke Lovas shoots this ball all the way to the wall, bringing home Daisy Collins and end up on third base with a triple. And MSU Denver cut the Lady Buffs lead in half at 4-2. But West Texas was too much for the Red and Blues, scoring 4 in the fourth and 4 in the fifth.
Roadrunners needing a win to stay in the big dance and took on Texas A&M Commerce to try and avoid elimination. But again, the opposition jumps out to a huge lead. The Lions rack up 6 runs in the first 2 innings and then race out to a 9-1 lead after Lucy Ponce powers the pitch in for a 2-run round tripper. Smith doubles in Bakovic and Nelson, but it was far from enough in the 13-6 loss to end their season. The season may be over for them, but we're far from done here on reflecting on the past 2016 season. We bring in the orchestrator of the Roadrunners and head coach Annie Van Wetzinga. She joins us on the show to talk about the season, the Spring Sports Festival, and what next year is going to look like. So come on back, we're just getting started.
Lord, thank you for blessing me with a mind, 2 mind, and 2 hot feet. Feels good.
Thanks for coming back on the Roadrunner Review, and we have a special guest on the show. She just finished her 3rd season as the head coach for the softball team, and boy, has she done some incredible things for the program. She's sporting an incredible 112-52 record, and she has won a regular season championship, 2 RMAC tournament championships, and she has taken the program to the NCAA tournament all 3 years. And in 2015, she was named RMAC Coach of the Year. Now joining us on the show is Annie Van Wetzinga, and Coach, thanks for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
All right, so earlier in the show, we showed your team's run through the RMAC tournament and through the NCAA championship, and a lot of us didn't really know what to expect from the 2016 season. You guys lost 10 players from last year's roster and even had 2 players go down to season-ending injuries early in the year. And were you surprised about the season that you guys had and still managing to do well?
Yeah, no, you're definitely correct in saying there was like a lot of question marks. We weren't really sure maybe where the season was going to take us. One thing we definitely talked about even before games started that this season was going to be a process. We were focusing 100% on just trying to get better from one game to the next, not worrying about where we're going to be in May, not worrying about championships. We're just worrying about little things getting better, and the team did a great job of doing that. Like, we definitely got better and better each weekend, especially from our non-conference to our conference season. And we were hit hard with injuries, some before the season even started, and then some during the season. But as it went on, I think it actually made our team come together more, especially that last month of the season. And they just kind of figured things out. They figured out how they needed to compete. They figured out coming together as a team, and it was a really great run at the end of the year.
And our coach, let's talk about the RMAC Tournament Championship. All season long, you guys was battling with Colorado Mesa. They eventually took the title. And so that means if you guys was going to make it to the NCAA, you guys would have to go over there to win the title. Yeah. So now, how did you guys was able to get the RMAC championship?
Yeah, for sure. Mesa had an incredible conference season, and they kind of ran away with the regular season there. And I thought we did a great job of hanging in there. And I think it was really important we secured the number 2 seed. I think it started with us finishing the regular season strong when we were in Spearfish at Black Hills State. We played Black Hills State twice, and then we actually played Mesa twice to end the regular season, and we went 4-0 that weekend. And I think that was a huge catalyst for us going into the conference tournament. Because even we knew the conference tournament at that point was going to be at Mesa over in Grand Junction, and the way the girls performed there in that last regular season, it just gave them confidence and momentum going into the conference tournament. And they just kind of quit worrying, I think, about results. and that sort of thing, and they just went out and played hard, and they played for each other, and the conference tournament ended up just kind of being the result.
So unfortunately, your run in the NCAA tournament was a little short, not only because, those Texas teams are pretty fierce, but you guys did have a lot of injuries, and I know you're a no-nonsense coach, but your team was tired, and you had a lot of players playing positions that we hadn't seen them play all year.
Yeah, for sure. I think, in one aspect, I think in a way the team, especially where we're at injury-wise and number-wise, we probably did overachieve a little bit. And I would say maybe not a lot of people expected us to get to the regional tournament, but they did. Like I said, we turned it on towards the end of the year. And, we had even some injuries that people didn't necessarily know about, or people kind of working through stuff that affected us as well. Our pitching staff was pretty shallow at times. And so we kind of ran out of gas, and we ran out of players a little bit. And when you're going into a regional tournament, obviously it's all going to be good competition. You don't get to the regional without doing well, and we certainly weren't 100%. And so I think it all kind of caught up with us, and we didn't necessarily compete. Well, I'd say our girls competed because they keep trying hard, but we didn't necessarily put out the product on the field we wanted to.
You guys are also a 3 senior, and Arlie, she should be back from her ACL tear, and majority of the key contributors will be coming back. How excited are you for next season?
We're super excited. I was just talking to Coach Milnes, assistant coach, and just I think the options of like where people might fit and the flexibility and the experience. We're so excited for next year and can't wait to for it to be here and get people on the field.
All right, time for a break here on the Roadrunner Review, but Coach is going to be sticking with us, and we're going to talk about why she came to downtown Denver and how she's transformed the program in such a short time. You don't want to miss it.
Some students come to Metropolitan State University of Denver to find their future. Others look to sharpen their current skills. In the case of David Thibodeau, it was both. Our faculty helped fuel his entrepreneurial spirit while encouraging him to pursue his personal passions. These two talents came together in Ska Brewing Company, which he co-founded in 1998 in Durango and is considered one of the top up-and-coming Colorado companies.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
We are NCAA Division II student athletes from the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference.
It's on us, all of us, to prevent sexual assault.
To take responsibility.
To get a friend home safely.
It's on us to step up and say something.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us, all of us, to stop sexual assault.
Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back, and we're still here with MSU Denver softball coach Annie Van Wetzinga. And Coach, before we get to the tough questions, we wanted to ask you about that time a couple years ago when we had you mic'd up for a game, and it seemed like you were having fun out there, busting out some MC Hammer, waving at the camera.
Well, if I remember correctly, it was probably one of our best weekends that we had. I could tell the team showed up, we took care of business, and like I always like to tell everybody, winning solves a lot of problems, It makes you relax, and I remember the way we came out that weekend. I think it was our senior weekend, and it was our teal weekend, so we had a lot of things. I think the players like to get up for those weekends. So we performed really well, and I can always tell when our team gets on the field just by the way they carry themselves, like it's going to be a good day. We're going to have good effort, and we had just a really good vibe that weekend, so it definitely helps coach relax when the girls go out there and take care of business.
You've been here 3 years. What have made your program flourish?
Well, first it starts with good people and good athletes. I think we've been blessed with really good people to be around, and they're talented, and they have to have a willingness to buy into everything that we're talking about and we're doing, and we've been lucky with that. The people that want to stick with it, they're all in, and we talk about that. I tell people this program isn't necessarily for everyone because it's hard. We are demanding in terms of not just the physical, but just bringing kind of that passion that you talked about.
What was it about MSU Denver that made you want to come to downtown Denver and coach here?
Well, I knew about MSU Denver obviously when I was at Mines, and got got to know Joan McDermott, the previous AD, as well. And when I was at Mines, we definitely had, I think, a budding rivalry at the time between Mines and Metro. I think it's a natural rivalry, like they're kind of the antithesis of each other, you know. And so we had definitely some tight matchups, and I had the opportunity to kind of move back closer to home, and so I took the Upper Iowa job. And then I got the phone call. I knew that this job was opening up, and I always thought it was a great place to be. Very competitive atmosphere. I miss Denver a lot. I think Denver itself is a great city, and I did know that the new complex was coming down the pipe, and that's hard to say no to.
But with a new complex, how it has helped you coaching, and how it has helped you build the success that the softball team has had?
Well, it's a game changer. You know, obviously we just hosted the Spring Sports Festival. That wouldn't have happened without the new complex. The atmosphere down there is awesome. You're looking into downtown where the field faces. It's a big time program feel at the field. You know, it is hands down the best complex in the state. Being able to show that off to recruits, community, it's huge. It's a special place, and definitely lucky to have it.
All right, so continuing that complex and the Spring Sports Festival, we got to see the best of the best here in Division II in 6 sports at MSU Denver, including softball. So just seeing all those top programs, the high level of talent that came here, does it kind of motivate you to bring your team to that level, hopefully soon?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. What I really liked about it is, to be able to see it up close and personal and see what those teams have. But a lot of our team was here volunteering, watching games, and so they were watching pretty closely too and getting the feel for the environment and seeing what those teams brought. And so I was happy that they got to see that, and I think they're motivated by it as well.
All right, Coach. Well, we can't thank you enough for being on the show with us today and sharing your thoughts about your team. And we hope you have a fantastic season next year. So don't venture too far off from your seat. We'll have baseball highlights still ahead, including a big upset for Coach Jared Otis and his squad. So glad you're back here with us on the Roadrunner Review. We switch gears now on the diamond as the baseball team needed some help down the stretch of their season. Head coach Jared Otis and his squad were up against the wall in their series against Colorado Mesa. With their postseason on the line, the Roadrunners needed to sweep the 4th-ranked team in the nation in order to remain in the hunt for an RMAC tournament spot.
And it didn't help that the first 2 games was canceled due to weather. So the pressure was that much more magnified to steal away 2 games from the perennial power Mavericks. Pitcher of the Year candidate Julian Garcia took the mound at home for the Runners. It was senior day for 7 Roadrunners, and you know these guys are going to do whatever it takes to go out on top. And no better time to throw your ace out there in this high-intense game. Garcia struck out 10 batters in 6 innings, but 4 walks and a few errors led to 5 runs given up by the sophomore pitcher. And that was more than enough for the Mavericks pitcher, Matt Allen, who kept the home team's offense at bay, allowing just 2 runs and striking out 9 Roadrunners. MSU Denver falls 7-2 in Game 1.
Coach Otis hoping his team could send out the seniors with an upset win over these highly touted Mavericks. Junior Ryan Baca towed the rubber and found himself in trouble early. J.J. Carr singles to load the bases with just 1 out in the 2nd inning, but the left-hander strikes out back-to-back batters to get out of the jam and to keep the game scoreless. Baca struck out 9 Mavericks going the distance, and the offense was provided by Nick McCaskey and Cale O'Donnell, who both sent pitches over the right field wall to secure the 5-1 win to split the series with Colorado Mesa.
I just wanted to send the seniors out on a good note. They fought so hard, they've sweat so much out here, put in so much work, and I just wanted their last game to be out here to be a win. It was a lot of traffic, but I just knew if I threw strikes, my defense would work for me. And they turned a big inning-ending double play there in the third, and they just kept working behind me. Jeff made a sensational play in center field with that diving catch, and I just knew that they're going to have my back when I pitch.
Runners in scoring position with their leadoffs. Swing and a miss, and Garcia a big-time K.
So while this season ended without a postseason berth, a couple of Roadrunners earned a few regular season awards by the conference. Julian Garcia was named first team all-conference after setting a school record for strikeout in a season with 95 and sporting an impressive 2.90 ERA in 12 starts. Garcia was also named the pitcher of the week 4 times. Junior first baseman Andrew Posh was named to the second team after leading his squad in batting at .394, in run-ins with 29, in hits with 54, and in doubles with 17. He earned RMAC Player of the Week on February 16th.
And even though the baseball team fell short of an RMAC tournament berth, it was still a whirlwind season and a fun season watching them out there at the new complex.
You're right, Sean. Ante Donaldson was one of the Brighton Star. And we remember Aaron Germani. He made Sports Center number 7. And also Julian Garcia, great season. But their number 2 pitcher, Avi Vega, will be coming back from injury, so they should be having a good season now next year.
Yeah, absolutely. The team would finish with a 17-23 overall record, a 13-17 mark in the RMAC, and we mentioned the 7 seniors that are moving on, but with talented stars like Julian Garcia, Jake Thurston, Hunter Donaldson, you can expect next year's team to make their claim as an RMAC tournament team. And coming up, we have top plays, a special story on senior midfielder Noemy Polanco, and all that is coming up next.
Are you a college student that needs a place to live? Are you still living with your parents and want your own space? The Regency Student Housing is perfect for you. The community offers many amenities such as a fitness center, 2 basketball courts, big screen amphitheater, all-you-can-eat dining hall, bowling alley, arcade, free parking, and a shuttle to and from the Auraria campus. For more information, please call 303-477-1950 or visit our website at regencystudenthousing.com.
We're heading down the home stretch here on the Roadrunner Review. MSU Denver is an institution that strives to be the top university in the state in providing Latino communities ample opportunity to succeed at the collegiate level.
No doubt, Sean. Back in 2007, the school launched the Hispanic Serving Institution program, which has helped increase the Latin student enrollment from 13% to 25%. That's nearly 4,500 Latino students enrolled here at MSU Denver. So while those numbers are incredible, the numbers of Latino student athletes across the country are low. Our own Celeste Zubia has more.
Polanco. Three to the wall, just crossed over the. Nice shot by Noemy Polanco.
Noemy Polanco ha jugado para MSU Denver por 4 años. En su carrera, ella ha logrado tener 11 goles, 5 asistencias y ayudó a su equipo con 55 juegos ganados.
Me siento muy bien los 4 años que estaba aquí en Metro. Me sentí a gusto y yo pienso que 4 años era suficiente para lograr lo que yo quería.
No hace falta decir que Noemy es una atleta estudiante exitosa. También es latina y cuando tomas en cuenta las estadísticas, eso también es un logro para ella. En el año 2015, de las 26,000 mujeres que jugaron fútbol en la NCAA, solamente 6.7% eran hispanas.
Me siento orgullosa de ser una hispana que viene de ese 6%. Casi la mayoría de las hispanas no tienen esa oportunidad.
Con su habilidad de la pelota, Noemy Polanco tuvo la oportunidad de jugar aquí en MSU Denver. Pero Noemy agarró esa oportunidad gracias al sacrificio de sus padres.
Mis padres son de El Salvador. Los dos se vinieron porque había una guerra civil y era muy grande. Cuando yo era más chiquita siempre decía que quería agarrar una beca para jugar. Ellos me inculcaron de siempre seguir mi meta y yo le doy todas las gracias a mis padres.
Para el Noticiero TVMed, Celeste Zubia.
Thanks, Celeste. Now it's time to bring you the top plays from this past month, and they are brought to you by the Regency. Play number 5 comes from all-conference pitcher / hitter Cassie Smith, whose defense gets outshined by her pitching and her hitting. She made a couple of fantastic plays with her glove in the NCAA tournament and showed why she might have the best leather in the nation.
How about a little baseball in play number 4? With a runner on, Zach McLeod send the blooper into center field. Jeff Levitt comes in quick, dives, and make a fantastic catch to end the innings to keep those Mavericks from coming in to score. Roadrunners hold on for the win, 5-1.
Back to softball in the NCAA tournament, and with the very first batter of the game, Bailey Higgs hits the ball into foul territory, and third baseman Brooke Lovas races towards her team's dugout and makes a great grab over her shoulder. She may only be 5 foot, but she knows how to use every inch of it to make number 3 in top plays.
Let's stick to defense in play number 2. Cassidy Smith fires in the pitch and stop the tape. And look at the runner at second base. She seems to be heading to third, but then realizes she's out too far, and the sophomore catcher guns down that runner. Espinoza has been throwing out runners all season long, and they'll think twice next time they want to try and steal a base against her.
And the top play from this past month comes from Ryan Baca's pitching performance against the number 4 team in the nation. In the series finale against Colorado Mesa, the junior pitcher strikes out 9 batters from the team that led the RMAC in hits and runs, and he even strikes out the final batter to end the game, leading his squad to a 5-1 win over those mighty Mavericks. Those were the top plays from this past month, and as always, they are brought to you by the Regency. With the sports season done for the year, you might be wondering what we'll do for next month's show, but have no fear, Roadrunners fans. We're going to bring you the best of the best from the year that was the 2015-2016 MSU Denver Sports.
That will definitely be a fun show, well, for sure. And check us out at roadrunnersathletic.com to get a head start and figuring out which moment were your favorite. And that's going to do it for this month's show, and we want to congratulate all the student athletes who graduate with me and wish them the best in luck in their future endeavor.
For Lennox Williams, Celeste Zubia, Eric Lansing, and our very special guest, Annie Van Wetzinga, and the entire Roadrunner Review crew, I'm Tafoya, and we'll see you next month for more high-flying MSU Denver action.